Hello, hello everybody. It's Nicole with A-Frayed-Knot. Just hopping on tonight to do some fun crafting with you guys. So as you're jumping on, say hello and let me know you're here, where you're watching from. And if you're catching the replay, say hey and let me know you're watching the replay. And if you're brand new to A-Frayed-Knot, say hello and let us know you're new. We love to welcome everybody. So as you're jumping on, I'm just going to take a few seconds to, well, I love to just chat with everybody and say hello. So when you start jumping on, I'll say hey, but I'm going to take a few seconds to just kind of go over all the things that we're going to use tonight. Hey, Susie. Hey, Laura. Hey, Caroline. How is everyone tonight? It's good to see y'all. So, I always forget to enlarge the font on my iPad until I'm here on the live. I just forget. Hey, Teresa. How are you? How is everybody doing? Hey, Fidelia. Hello. Hey, Tina. Hello, hello. I'm excited to do this. So I haven't done this. It was something that my mom had, she's seen something similar to it, and so we're throwing our spin on it, and I hope it comes out good. My vision for it is very cute. So let's see. Let's see what this is going to turn out like tonight. Hey, Tammy and Carrie, Deborah, Evelyn, Annie, hello. Hey, Jeannie, Delilah, Diana, hello everybody. So, hey, Diane and Linda. Okay, so here is what we're going to use tonight. I've got some raffia because we're going to use that, like, it's almost like we're going to make a little chicken coop, sort of, kind of, just stick with me. So that'll be like the hay. I've got this, it's almost like it's like chicken wire, and it's rolled up ribbon-like, and it was from Hobby Lobby in the fall time. You might be able to find something like this there right now, but it was out in the fall time for sure, so you might be able to find something like that. We might use some of this nautical rope from Dollar Tree. I'm not 100% sure on that. We will see, you know, as we bring the train into the station towards the end. I've got some of these eggs that we're definitely going to use. I might do that toothbrush flicking effect on the eggs with a little bit of the Crazy Crow or the Midnight Color paint. That's kind of been going through my mind. And then I have these canvases. We're going to actually do a reverse canvas. So these came from Hobby Lobby, and they are 11 by 14. So we're going to use those, and we're going to do it in a reverse canvas fashion. So, oh, is our friend Jill on here? I know I'm missing all kinds of comments. So, hello, welcome everybody. I hope everybody's having a good day. Let me show you the picture. So we're going to use one of the pages out of the market calendar. Let me show you which one it's going to be. This one right here. So this is the one we're going to use. I'm going to pull it out and just set it aside because we're not going to need it for a little bit. I'm going to Mod Podge that onto the canvas, but we're going to do a reverse canvas, and I showed that pretty quickly, so let me show it again. This is actually the one that we're going to use. Aw, thank you for the stars, Debbie. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Hobby Lobby has the chicken wire. Oh, awesome, Laura. Awesome. That is good to know. I was pretty sure they had it all the time. I just know that one was out in the fall time, so because the tag on it is fall, so I just wasn't sure. Aw, thank you, Lila, for blowing the sawdust around. You saw some of the chicken wire at Hobby Lobby the other day. Yeah, go grab some of that, because that's what we're going to use tonight. Hey, Susan. Hey, my friend Barb. Hello, Karen. Okay, so this is the picture we're using tonight, but let's tear open these canvases. They're the 11 by 14 canvases. These ones were from Hobby Lobby, and we're going to do it in a reverse canvas style. So just so you know. Oh, thank you for the stars, Diana. I appreciate that. Thank you, Dina, for the stars. I appreciate the stars. I appreciate the sprinkling, and I appreciate y'all just hanging out with me this evening. So I have been doing a lot of shipping today. I think I'll save this. I mean, I remember what size this is, but let's just save it just in case you want to see it later. Hey, Dina. Hey, Mary, Walmart has the chicken wire ribbon roll too. Hey, that's good to know. I don't go, you guys know I don't go to Walmart too much. It's not that I don't like it. I love it. I just, a girl could get in trouble at a super Walmart. I'm just saying. Okay. Hey, Jill is on here. How are you, my friend? You received the little bees and beehive cutouts today. Hope awesome. Good. I'm glad they made it to you. Have fun crafting with them. The group page will have the video for you to watch later. What did I miss there? Oh, the monthly kit. I don't get to do the monthly kit. Oh, yeah. So with the monthly kit, that's actually a bulk of what I've been shipping out today, and the rest will go out tomorrow, plus all the other orders are shipping out as well. So, yes, the monthly kit, you will, first, before I get off track, I'm going to pull this canvas off of here because we're not going to use it this way. We're going to do the reverse canvas, and we're going to stain the wood framing, and that's going to be like our frame. So I don't have like nail pullers or anything like that, so I'm just kind of cutting this off of here in a very kind of messy fashion, but this will be the back part of our frame anyway, so I'm not too worried about it. But while I do this, back to the monthly kit. When you receive your kit, if this is your first time getting a kit, there will be a little bit of paperwork in there, and it's going to help you to get to the private group. And so the video, if you can't make the live, you can always go back to that private group and check out the video, post your pictures, all the things. Anytime you want. So yeah, you have access to that private group for the kit that you got. I don't have a nail puller to take this off, so that's why I'm kind of doing it this way. Plus, it's not going to hurt the canvas because the part of the canvas that we want is really all right in here. So if we mess these outside edges up a little bit, it's okay. Debbie, thank you for the stars. Thank you, Robin, for the stars. Use a box cutter. That's actually a great idea. Except for, I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure where it's at. So next time I do this, I'll have that ready. The scissors they're pretty good. I mean, they sort of act like a box cutter. I'm kind of able to pull it up like this. I'd really love it to just pop right off really easily, but it doesn't want to do that. There. Okay, so I'm just going to go along and slice all of the edges just like that. And then hopefully I'll be able to pull it up just a little bit easier. There we go. There, that worked a little bit easier. So in case you didn't see what I did there, what I did was I just kind of took the edge of my scissor and just sliced it. Just like that. And it slices through the canvas, and then I'm able to just pop it up a little bit easier. The nails are still staying behind, but that's all right, because we're going to use the other side for the front part of our picture, and then hot glue the canvas to this back side here. Yeah, but a box cutter definitely would have been the way to go in this case. Long nose pliers will help. Yep. I'm sure they probably would have. Although the nails that are in this canvas, they are, well, that one's not, but that one was a boo-boo, you can tell. They're pretty flush with the wood, so long nose pliers might not pull them out quite as easily, because the way the staples are in there, they're in there pretty flush with the wood. So, and it makes sense because you want your, if you're actually using the canvas, you know, the way it was probably originally intended to use, you want it to be real tight. So that is kind of the goal behind that, but that's not what we want. So we're tearing it all apart. Okay. And then if we have any little stragglers right there, we could just pull it up. There we go. Oh, the corners are little boogers. Hey, Claudia. A flathead screwdriver. Yeah, flathead screwdriver. There we go. We are almost there. Perfect. Now we could just pull that part out. See, this side, I really like this side. This one is pretty cool. I'm going to show you. So this is the back side of it, and this is the front of the frame. I really like that because it has like a little bit of detail to it. I don't know if you guys can see it. I don't like so much that the nails are there, but it'll be fine. It will be fine. That's how they put it together to hold it together, but I like the detail on the frame, and that's what we're going to, that's what actually is going to be, this is going to get hot glued back here. So we will cut that down in just a little bit. Now, actually what I was kind of torn with, and I think we will probably do this, we're going to stain this, and then I'm going to go back and brush Crazy Crow on it. Just because I think I might like the frame to be painted in the Crazy Crow and then distress it. I think that's going to look a little bit better. So I actually just thought of that before I came on live. And I wish that I would have pre-stained this ahead of time so we didn't have to waste time pre-staining it. But originally what I was going to do was just stain the frame, but the more that I've thought about it, I like the idea of doing it in the Crazy Crow also, so we're gonna do both. So just bear with me. It shouldn't take that long to get this thing stained up, and then we're just gonna brush some Crazy Crow paint over it. So that's the plan right now. But I really like the detail on this frame. It's pretty cool. Yeah, Linda, isn't it a cool frame? It's really cool. She pulled him right out. Am I a weakling? Is that what it is? I am trying to think. I've heard Brooke doing the reverse canvas. I don't know if I ever actually watched her do it. I'm trying to remember where I might have actually, because I always heard about it, I just never really seen anybody do it. And I think I might have, I either Googled it or I watched something really quick on YouTube the first time I did it. I think Dollar Tree canvases are a little bit easier to rip off the canvas from the wood base, because I've used the Dollar Tree ones before. This one was a little bit tough. You know, we're gonna do another one pretty soon here, and I'll use a couple of the Dollar Tree frames and we'll test that little theory and see which ones, if Hobby Lobbies are harder to tear apart and if Dollar Trees are easier. So if you watched last night's craft, I know I just missed a whole bunch of comments. I see somebody had something painful. I'll have to go back and check it out. I hope that you are feeling better. And I think it said it was Deborah. If you watched last night's craft, you guys seen me use those stickers from the Dollar Tree. I went back to Dollar Tree today because I had to get some other stuff, and they had a few, not the one I did last night, of course, but they had some other really cute ones, and so I've got some more ideas for those. So you guys just be prepared. I could probably even, if there's enough time later on, I can show you what I got and what I'm planning on making with it, so that if you have the stuff and you want to craft along, you can. But I've got some ideas for several of them, and one of them is going to be doing a reversed canvas, but I like this frame, so maybe we'll figure something out with that, because this frame is pretty cool. Looks like a real picture frame. Okay, so we got that all painted up. Now, well, not painted, we got it stained. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take some of the Crazy Crow and brush it on around here. Oh no, Debbie, I'm sorry. I see Martha said that she's praying for you, and I just read the little comment, and I'm so sorry about that. I hope you feel better very soon. That's got to be painful. Okay, so we're using Crazy Crow. That's what we're going to put a brush, almost just like a dry brush of it. Let's see what that looks like. Around the whole entire frame, and I'm going to use this chip brush to do that, and we're just going to see what it looks like with a dry brush of it on. I think it's going to look good. So we're just going to kind of dry brush it on all around. So the Crazy Crow is like a vintage black. That's kind of what I call it, like a vintage black. So that is what I want. Kind of the goal for this one is just to give it a little bit of a vintage black look on top of the stain. So in case you didn't already know, the stain that I use is the Minwax Dark Walnut. I don't know if anybody asked, and I forgot to show it, but that is what I use, the Minwax Dark Walnut. Hey Christine, how are you? Okay, so I am getting the Crazy Crow all on here. That's the color that I'm using to paint right now. And this paint is in my online shop. It's linked up in the description above. We make it here, and it's chalk paint. So, pretty cool. Okay, so you guys can see I'm just kind of brushing this on. I don't know how your weather is where you're at, but today our weather took a turn. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it's cooler. It's probably a very nice temperature to some of you back east. It's cold to us. And yeah, there's a chance of some sprinkles, so that's weird. But yeah, so we battened everything down, put all the saws away, and just getting ready for some sprinkles. But I'm sure you can hear the baby birds, and I don't know if you've been watching the babies up in Redding, California, but it's all, I love it all. It's so cool. So cold and very windy where you're at, Robin, in Iowa. It's 54 today for Jules. Awesome. Ooh, you've been in the 80s, Esther. Nice. Cassie is in the high 60s. Awesome. It's so cold and windy where you're at, Sherry. Oh, I'm sorry, friend. it is not windy here, and well, I'll call it cooler. Okay, I'm just going to give this a little bit of a dry. Yep, April showers and May flowers. That is so true, Jill. So good to see you, and I hope you're doing good. Cool in Louisiana. I should have cleaned off my board here before I started this, because it's blowing all the sawdust around. It was 89. Oh my goodness. That's warm for this time of year. I mean, I don't know if it's warm for where you're at, but it's kind of even warm for here this time of year. No rain, no flowers. So true, Diane. So true. We do need the rain. Especially here. My goodness. It don't take much to get this state into a drought. Okay. So I'm just getting that all dry. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of my sandpaper and just lightly go over it. Just very lightly. Over the edges. You can kind of see I'm just very, very lightly going over it. In the inside, just a tiny bit in the inside too. That's all I'm doing. So the Crazy Crow kind of covered up the staples a little bit, which is pretty cool. Okay, and I'll show you what the frame is looking like so far. Let's give this a little bit of a distressing in there. So that's what the frame is looking like so far. You can kind of see it close up there. See that? Not bad. And these are the staples are right here. You can barely almost see them. I mean, the Crazy Crow kind of covered them up nicely, so that's pretty cool. All right, next what we're going to do is I'm going to put that just like that, and then I'll get the glue gun on. The dogs are out there just raising heck out there. Me too, Carrie. I really like the way the frame is turning out. Oh, I see Jill's birthday is Thursday. Awesome. Happy early birthday. Yes. Rustic, Lila. That's what I love, is rustic. Okay, so I'm just kind of laying this on here and sort of just eyeballing where I'm going to cut at. I got a pretty good idea, and what that is going to look like is, okay, I'm going to show you. So when you take this off, you could see these lines right here. That is a very good guide. So the inside line, there's like an outside line and an inside line. I'm going to use the inside line all the way around to cut our canvas, and that's a pretty good guide of where we're going to hot glue it on back here. But before I hot glue it on, we're going to look at how our picture is going to go on here. But first, let's go ahead and cut it off. Oh goodness. You want to be careful. I don't need to worry about it tonight, but you see how I've got stain on my hands. There's stain all over my board here, just because this is where I work from. And I'm just looking for a little rag so I can wipe this off. So it was on my finger, and I got it on the canvas. I'm not worried about it tonight, because we're going to cover the canvas up. So I just want to say that if you're doing a reverse canvas, just be careful. Okay, so I'm just going to use the inside line as a guide to cut our canvas down. so the way it's folded over, it just creates kind of like an indentation right there. You can see that. So that's I'm using the inside one to go ahead and cut it down. There's no sense to, you know, draw it out or anything, because this line is actually pretty good. It's pretty close to what we're going to need to hot glue it back onto the back part of the canvas, or the frame, I should say. Oh, awesome, the 23rd, Linda. That is so cool. Getting this all cut out. Yes, happy birthday to everybody to all our April people. Okay, so I feel like I lose the line. I could see the line perfectly until I need to start cutting it, and then it's like it disappears. Not real sure how that works, but oh, brother. Okay, so I just want to lay this back on here and see if I'm going to need to do any more trimming, which I may. Oh yeah, I didn't do a very good job there, so let's see. I'm just kind of sizing it back up here and seeing where I need to trim a little bit better, because I didn't do such a good job. So then in this case, we can go ahead and take, so I put this pin in the paint and it's not wanting to come out. The paint sealed it. There we go. Okay. So what I've done is I have laid it on the frame. The underside is where we're going to hot glue it, but you can see I didn't do a very good job cutting, so I'm just going to go along and mark where I need to cut again. So that'll be a good guide. And then that should be pretty good for us to go ahead and hot glue it onto the back part of our frame. But first, we are going to size up our picture on here, and we might put our picture on before we actually hot glue it onto the back of the frame. It might be easier that way. I just want to make sure I have it cut pretty good, because I don't want any of this canvas sticking out where you can see it sticking out from the back side of the frame. So let's do it like this. That's pretty good. I think I'll give this a little bit of a trim here. This out now, and we're gonna just lay it on there just like that. That looks pretty good. Yep, I like that. That's gonna be perfect. So then what we're gonna do is, I want to make sure you guys can see this whole thing. There we go. And then we're gonna come back here with our picture, and we're going to Mod Podge our picture right onto there, and then I'm just kind of going to size it up to see. Okay, so here's what I need to do, is I need to lay that back on the canvas just like that. Okay, I haven't hot glued anything down yet. I'm not going to, because this is not going to lay on there perfectly. So this is exactly why I'm doing it this way, is because I want to get an idea of where I am going to have this at within this frame. Okay. And I think that's going to look good. So I want There we go. And then I'm going to raise this up just a little bit because that looks cute right there. I think you guys can see that. There, just like that. That's looking pretty good. Okay, so the next portion that I'm going to do is, I'm being really particular about how this is going to line up just because I have to cut the picture. So I'm going to put a line, and these are vertical running lines, and we want to cut our picture so that the frame and the line look parallel. We don't want the picture to be in there and be kind of cockeyed. It'll just look like we did it, well, quickly, you know. We don't want it to look like that. So I'm just trying to eyeball it the best that I can so it looks as parallel as possible. And then up here at the top it says gathered daily, locally owned. I want to keep that within the picture too. And so I just need to make sure that everything is lined up just the way that I like it before I make any cuts and start Mod Podging it down to the picture. So that looks pretty good. Yeah, that looks pretty good. And then I am just going to do a line. Okay, that looks good. Then I'm going to come in here and just kind of draw a line right there. And that is where we will cut it. Okay, move that out of the way, and then I think I'll actually cut it right here. And then just use the line that I made, the really light, fine pin line that I made, as a reference point of where the frame is going to lie, because it will be covered by the frame. So let's put this back here again. And then we're going to line it up just the way that it needs to go onto the frame. But first, so the first step I think is going to be making sure that the frame is positioned correctly on the canvas. So you want to make sure that your frame is sitting on the canvas the way that you want it. And it looks good. And then come in here and bring your picture just like this. Okay, that looks pretty good, pretty good. Okay, so I am going to lift the frame off and then just get some Mod Podge and kind of get it underneath and kind of do it in 2 steps. Hope that makes sense. Hey, Deborah. But I don't really want my picture to move a whole lot, so I'm going to do it in 2 steps. We'll do this side first, and then we'll come back and do the other side. I'm excited to see what this is going to look like when it's all done, because in my mind it looks pretty cute. Okay, so I'm just going just like this and sort of smoothing it all out, just this one side that I've done so far. Okay, so I'm going to put that water bottle right there to kind of hold it down. I apologize that it's blocking your view a little bit, but it's starting to roll up because we have dampened it a bit with the Mod Podge, so I don't want it to roll up. In fact, I'm gonna put a paint bottle right there also. And it is getting a little bit wrinkly, but I like that, so I'm not worried about the wrinkly part. And then I'm just lifting up this other side right here and going to put more Mod Podge, and then we're just gonna get this all glued down. And then stick it to the back of the frame. Get my little plastic bag here and see. I like to just use the plastic bag to help kind of iron it down a little bit. It helps a little, I think. I'm still getting a little bit of like bubbles and wrinkles in it, but I'm okay with that because I feel like it just helps to give it a little bit of character. There, I like that. I think this is going to be good. Okay, I'm going to hold it up so you guys can see it. A couple of the corners aren't down all the way, but I'm not real worried about that because, again, we are going to hot glue this canvas to the frame. So if any of these edges around here aren't perfectly Mod Podge down, it's going to be okay because it's going to get hot glued to the frame. You learned a new technique where you paint on the Mod Podge. Ooh, that sounds cool. Roll the bottle of paint to get the wrinkles out. Hey, that's a good idea. It's a really good idea, like a rolling pin almost. Awesome. It's kind of smashing some of my wrinkles down, but I like it. It looks good. Thank you. Okay. And then the wrinkles that I kink it out, I just kind of push down with my hand, so that actually worked pretty good. And then I still have my little stick pin right here, so any of the little bubbles that I've got, I can just kind of pop them with my little stick pin. I've kept it here for that reason. There we go, perfect. Awesome. Okay, let me show you guys what that's looking like so far. So far, that's what we've got, okay? How are you doing, Lenora? So glad that you're on here with us. How are you, my friend? A rolling pin. I need to get a rolling pin and leave one out here. That's a good idea, Jane, but the paint bottle was an excellent idea. I love the paint too. Super cute. Okay, so let's come back here to our frame and see about getting it hot glued down to this. Now you see we have a gap here, and I'm not worried about the gap because that's where some of our cuteness with the egg and the raffia for hay and all of that is going to come in, okay? So I'm not worried about the gap. What I do want to do, oh sweet Jiminy Christmas, give me a second because my hot glue gun, I'm really glad that I recharged this battery because this one died. So who knows when it died, so it's gonna have to heat up. So in the meantime, let me put this one on the charger, guys. Okay. In the meantime, what we will do is we can work on our eggs while that's heating up. We can go ahead and just play with this a little teeny tiny bit. I don't think we're going to end up using this. So I was going to use this. Actually, we're going to have to figure out a hanger for this. And I don't know if it's going to be this type of rope or maybe some cute ribbon. Maybe cute ribbon. But I was going to use this when I didn't realize this frame had a little bit of detail to it. I thought this was going to be a real straight edged frame like the ones that I've seen from Dollar Tree. And what I was going to do was leave enough space to kind of run this in the inside. So if your frame doesn't have detail like this rope could add some cute little detail to it. But our frame has detail, so we don't need to worry about that. What we are going to do though is let's take an egg. So I've got these eggs and they're already white and I want them to be white. I'm going to set that aside for just a second. And I'm not sure how many we're going to use, but what I want to try first before we even do anything is I want to see what these look like I know you guys have probably done this where you use the little toothbrush to do like the fly speck looking detail. So I'm going to take some of the Crazy Crow, just a little bit of it, and then I've had this toothbrush, you can see I've had this for ages. So all I do is just put the edge of the toothbrush into some paint and then just kind of offload it. And then I want to just kind of do this little fly speck, flecky kind of thing to it. And I'll show you up close. So you can see it just gives it just a little bit of detail. Okay, and then where my fingers were, I'll just kind of, there we go. I like that. I think we're gonna do a couple of them like that, maybe all of them. I don't know how many eggs we need for this. I'm gonna say maybe like 4 or 5. Carrie's asking, do you not Mod Podge on top? I Mod Podged the whole part of the picture down. That's what I did. I just Mod Podged the picture, and then we're waiting for the hot glue gun to heat up so that we could glue the frame down. But the whole picture I Mod Podged onto, hey Gail, I'm glad you got me live too. I'm kind of going back through the comments. Oh, your granddaughter was born, Janelle. Congratulations. Oh no, Lenora, I'm sorry. You get some rest and I'm glad you're okay. But nausea, oh, that is awful. I'm so sorry. Could you paint them so they are not shiny? Yeah, you absolutely could. Let's give that a try. Let's paint them with, we're waiting for the hot glue gun to heat up. So let's paint them. And this is going to give it, actually, let's pop them open. It'll be a little bit easier to paint them that way. And I'm just going to take this brush, and I'm using cotton. So we're going to give this one a paint just to see what it's going to look like. Looks pretty good. I went ahead and just opened them up thinking it was going to be a little bit easier to paint them that way rather than trying to hold it and paint it. So you can see what that looks like, and it's going to definitely take the shine away, that's for sure, because these ones are shiny. But I think for sake of time, we will, because this glue gun gets heated up, and then we can go ahead and just finish it up. And if you want to paint yours so that they're not shiny, that would be a great idea. But at least we know what they look like painted. And then with the little speck kind of thing going on. So what I'm going to do is do this little speckly thing to it and not offload as much paint, just to see. It's going to give it, they're going to be a little bit bigger that way, the little specks. Not all of them, but some of them will be. So you guys can kind of see that. See how they're a little bit bigger? Okay, and I'm going to set that right there. And then I can, there. Oh, and we might as well just go ahead and do this one because I got them on it anyway. So this is the one we painted over here. Perfect, so it'll be all dried. And then we'll go ahead and do this one too. So there's 3. And they don't all have to be speckly. I just like that look, so we're just gonna go ahead and do that. Okay, so I've got 4. Let me do one more just to be on the safe side. Yes, I like the speckled eggs too. You could even paint them, let's see, because you know how there's brown eggs? You could even take like the budgesicle and teepee and mix it up together and make yourself, oh, why did I do that? That's not what I needed. I just needed this brush. And make yourself a brown, chicken colored egg looking brown. There we go. Okay. So that guy's heated up now. Now we can glue our canvas. So I'm going to move this out of the way a bit, and all of this too. So I did paint up one of these eggs in the cotton, and you can kind of see it does take the shine down. It's still a little bit wet, so that's what you're seeing is the wetness of it. I'm just going to set all our eggs in the palette right there. I'm going to wipe this board off, and then we are going to hot glue our picture to our frame. Oh yeah, Jody, that's actually a good idea. I still had some eggs. I don't know if you guys seen these at Dollar Tree during Easter time, but I still had some of those. I just didn't want to use those because I wanted it to be more, I didn't want it to be too colorful, just to kind of lend more to the farmhouse look. Okay. So I think that will be on there pretty good. One of the things that I want to watch for while I'm hot gluing this down is just that I line the canvas up properly for where I cut, because I don't want any hanging off the edge. So that looks pretty good. All right, now what we're gonna do is put some hot glue on our frame. I can bring that back as soon as I get hot glue on this frame. So this is what we're gonna do. Just get the hot glue on the frame, just like this. You guys see all that steam coming off of that? It's pretty steamy. Okay, so I'm just going all the way around, getting the hot glue all over the back of the frame. There we go. It's pretty good. And then I will put our picture back here like this, and then I'm just going to carefully lay this down. There we go. Okay, and then we can kind of come back here and sort of press it down and out so that it's kind of tight. There we go. So we're just kind of, and then if there's any sections where you could see how it's lifted a bit, just go back with your hot glue and re-glue it. That's all you have to do. pretty good. So you can kind of see what that's looking like so far. Gosh, it almost looks cute just like that, but we're not done. So now I'm going to take our chicken wire. Oh, here it is. I was like, what did I do with it? All right, and we're going to open it up. See how we're going to use this. Yeah, Sharon, sometimes I wonder about that too. Gluing my hair down. Thank you, Christine. Thank you, thank you. I'm excited about this one. So we're gonna see about this. We might do 2 layers of this, but this is going to come around the back part of this, just like so. So I'm gonna cut this so that some of it fits back there and some of it, okay, so we're gonna cut it about right here. And I'm gonna do 2 strips of it, all right? So this length, and it's too long on purpose because I want it to wrap around the back part of the frame. And I think the way that I'm gonna attach it to the frame is I've got some little finishing nails right here, and I think we're probably going to use those. They might not be long enough, but they have that little head on them. You see that? They don't have to be too terribly long, just long enough to get it into the wood and then bend it over, and I'll show you what I mean by that. So I have my little hammer here ready to go for that. But I'm gonna cut another strip of this. And this one, whoops, I dropped it. This one is really too long because I didn't realize it was folded over, but that's okay. We don't need to waste it. So what I will do, we only need it, our frame only goes to right there. So we only need it to go to about right there. And then right there. So if it's too long, that's okay, but we don't have to waste it. Okay. We're going to cut one more piece. Because I think what we'll do is we will have it kind of go under the bottom and come up, and then we'll put another piece so it layers right there. And I'll show you what that's going to look like. But first, let me cut another piece. It keeps curling up, and you see how that's working. Okay. There we go. I'll set that over there. Bring this back here because then I'm just going to sort of lay it out so we could see what that's going to look like. And I want it to go underneath. So we could even put like a couple little nails under the underside, and then we'll take this one and line it up right about there so that this way it's a little thicker. The chicken wire is only so wide, so I want it to come up a little bit more than the wire is actually wide enough for. So you can see that just like that right there. We're going to get it attached down, and then we're going to stuff inside there. And then our eggs are going to go inside there like that. Okay, so I think this is going to be cute. Oops, I always spill those nails. Always spill those. Okay, so let's flip this over. And I think we will go ahead and adjust it a little bit. So it's not so tight. So it kind of bulges out a little. So let's start with one and then we'll do the other. Now that we know that we like the way it fits on there and it looks good, we'll do one strip and then we'll do the next strip. All right, so all we really need with the first strip is for it to come underneath, just like that. All right, so when you have it laid out, you only need enough to wrap under the underside, so this part right here on the bottom. And then I am going to take that, just like that, and then take one of these little nails. If the nail was if you had one a little bit longer, that would be good too. You don't want it too long because this frame isn't too terribly wide. And then I'm just going to kind of nail that in, just like that, and then bend it sideways. So I'll show you close up what that looks like. So you get your nail in halfway and then you hit it to the side so that it kind of bends over. That's all I do. And I'm going to put a couple of them there to hold that. And in different directions. So one is going that way and this one will go the other way. And I'll show you as soon as I get it done what it looks like. Yeah, we'll probably do one more. Good, and then we will do one on the underside right here, and I'll show you what that's going to look like too. Okay, that's pretty good. So these nails do have the little, some finishing nails don't have a head on them. Those do. They have a little head on them, so that makes it nice. When you're nailing these down, because then I'm bending it over and it's kind of holding on to that chicken wire. And as soon as I get them all done, I'll show you. I'm going to do one on two on the underside, but that's what it looks like. So you see, we're doing with the nail what you don't normally want to do, because you want the nail to drive all the way down into your piece generally, but we want it to work to hold the wire down. So that wire is not going to go anywhere. It's pretty secure. And we're going to do the same thing on this underside, because I just want it to look like it's attached right there. So we're just going to take maybe one nail there, and I'm going to have to stand up to do this. So we're going to put one nail right here, nail it in, and then just flop it over. Maybe one at the end, one in the middle, and then one on each end. Go, and then one in the middle, and then one on the end, so you guys can kind of see how I'm doing that. So you could see how I did that right there. Look, I'll point. There's the nail is right there. And it blends in pretty good. So it's not like if you have this hanging on the wall, you're going to see the nail. It blends in pretty good. So that's nice. So that's the look so far. We're going to do one more layer. Here's the piece I cut. And we're going to line it up almost perfectly with our line. We'll overlap it just a tad, and then little overlap, just a tiny bit, but that's pretty good. And then we're gonna flop it over just like this, and then do the same thing with our nails. So we're gonna put a nail right here. And then right here. And then one right here. So I'm kind of going back and forth, one way, one another way, just to make sure that the whole thing is secure. That's pretty good. And then we're going to come to this side and do the same exact thing. You just want to make sure, because you can't really see your frame, but you just want to make sure that you are nailing it into the frame. I completely missed that one, so we're going to do one more. The wire keeps bouncing around, so that's how I missed it the first time. There we go, we got it. Okay, and then we'll do one right here. So just two more on this, and then we'll have our wires all done. And then one right up here. So you guys can see all the little nails right there that are holding our chicken wire down. And then we've got the wire right here, like a little basket. You could see that, okay? And then what we're gonna do is we are gonna come back, move that stuff out of the way, and take some of our raffia, and our raffia is gonna be like our hay. I'm just kind of fluffing it out. I think I got enough. And we're just going to kind of shove it in here. Oh yeah, I got plenty. I might have too much, in fact. Let's spread it out a little bit, because we want to make sure we have room for our eggs. So we don't want to fill it up too much with the raffia. There we go. Because we want to make sure we're going to have room for our eggs. Shove our eggs in here. And then here's our painted egg, you guys. This came out pretty good, actually. If you wanted to paint all of your eggs, you could see that one's not as shiny, so that came out pretty good. And then these are the shiny ones. I just didn't want to have to sit on here all night painting eggs for you guys. But at least we know that it looks good. And I put it in the paint, so I just stuck it right into the paint. But at least we know that looks awesome. So I would probably paint all of my eggs. Oh, this is cute, you guys. Look how cute that is. How cute. And then we could put a type of a hanger on it, or you could just get like a little sawtooth type hanger. Let me grab a smaller piece of this to see if we like this. I don't know, you guys tell me what you think. Tell me what you think about that for a hanger. What do you guys think? You like that for a hanger? Yeah, didn't it come out good? I really like it. We just do need to figure out a hanger for it, and I'm not real sure if, okay, let me grab, I don't know if we want to do something. So I do think I like the nautical rope. What do you guys think? I like the way the nautical rope looks. Oh, they sell wooden eggs at Hobby Lobby. That's awesome. So you guys, I'm thinking that the nautical rope is probably going to be what we should go with for the hanger. Yeah, I don't know about that. I love this ribbon, don't get me wrong, but I think the nautical rope is going to be cute. What do you guys think? Just a little piece of nautical rope. We don't want it to be too busy on the hanger because we don't want it to take away from our whole picture. Yeah, I agree. I think the nautical rope looks good for a hanger. So we just want something really simple. We don't want too much for a hanger, so let's just go with that. That'll be cute, you know, just like that. Just something really simple. And we could just flop that around and hot glue it down. Yeah, so I think that will be good. Yep, that's what we're gonna do. So let's put a little bit of glue right there. And then a little bit right here. And then I'm gonna flip it around and see what it looks like from the front. While the glue is still tacky, I could probably adjust it if I need to. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, that looks good. There we have it. What do you guys think? Yeah, I like the rope too. It's not too much, so it doesn't take away from the whole cuteness of the picture. There we go. I love it. I think it came out good. And you can push your eggs down so you could see that a little bit better. But there we have it. So cute. What do you guys think? I love it. Oh yeah, so thanks Mom. I'm pretty sure you go to Jennifer Pugh's website. I think it is jenniferpugh.com. You know what, let me look on the calendar and I can tell you because I'm pretty sure it's on here. Oh, I can't believe it's not on here. I think it is jenniferpugh.com and I think you can maybe get the calendar there. Yes, I think you can maybe get the calendar there, or at least maybe the picture. Thank you, everybody. The frame, Teresa, is 11 by 14, and it was from Hobby Lobby. Pretty sure that was from, I think the frame is from Hobby Lobby. Because that's where we've picked up frames before, is Hobby Lobby and Dollar Tree, and I know this wasn't from Dollar Tree. Yes, if you got one of these calendars, you gotta make it. Gather those eggs. That's cute, Lila. So I wish I lived on a farm. I think that would be, yeah, I would love that. Oh, she's on Etsy. Okay, so I thought she had Jennifer. I thought there was a jenniferpugh.com. She is on Etsy is what y'all are saying. So go check her out. Just Google it and it'll take you there. She has a Facebook page. So, sorry guys, my nose is a little bit runny. She has a Facebook page. So go check out her Facebook page. And there's a link that will take you to her page where you can buy her calendar. Actually, my hair is all over the place. She has pictures too, not just calendars, because I've bought the Christmas ones before, so all different sizes also. So go check that out, and you guys can probably get there from her Facebook page. So yeah, go check that out. Oh, and let me real quick show you guys a couple of the things that I got. Me too, Lenore. I would love to be on a farm. Let me show you a couple of the things that I got from Dollar Tree, because soon we'll be making, you know, the project I made last night. You could see it right back there over my shelf with those little sticker things. Well, I got a few more, but I got a couple of things too, you guys, that, well, I think I have this one already. Faith will make it possible. And then I got these, all right? I already had that. This one I already had. It's the one I showed you guys last night. The washroom ones. Let's see. Laundry room. Oh, look. This is a new one that I found. Super cute. Do not worry about anything. Instead, pray about everything. And then let go and let God. I also found these, all right? These are so cool. And we're going to actually make one of these stickers using these frames. So we're going to break the sticker down, kind of like how I do with stencils sometimes, cut them down and make a 3-piece picture frame with them. I'm not sure which one I'm going to use yet to do that, because I've got all kinds of different thoughts with these pictures. And then I also got this. I love this. So I'm going to do a project with you guys. It's going to be a really quick, simple project, because I love little bulletin boards with cork board in them. So when you're at Dollar Tree and you see this and you see their really thin little cork board that they sell cork board, very thin, sticky back in their craft section. And you want to make this project with me, grab one of these and grab 3 of those cork boards, because their cork board are so thin, you need to layer it to be able to put a stick pin in it and put a note on it. You need to have 3 of them, so you need to layer it. I've already used it before, but I like that one, so we're going to make something with that. And then we're going to make something with some of these. The Faith one, I want to do something with that one. But I have like a vision with an old picture frame and painting the picture frame and then putting that in it. So those will be coming soon. I love these. I liked working with it last night. It was super fun. I reached out to the company to see if they do any affiliate marketing, kind of like with Essential Stencil, and where maybe I can get you guys like a discount or something. I haven't heard back yet, but keep it in prayer, because you never know. You never know. Can you check online and see if they have anything? Oh, your Dollar Tree doesn't have nothing, Rhonda? Oh my goodness. Yeah, a lot of Dollar Trees, they're just, sometimes ours doesn't have anything. I'll tell you what though, in the section where these are at, these are in our Dollar Trees, these are in the section where like the picture frames and everything are at. They're usually on an end of where the picture frames and stuff are. So I was looking through them today and I didn't see any, and I looked down and there was a shelf down there with stuff, and a lot of them had fallen down there. So I took a little bit of time and went through there, and that's where I found that one. So just a little tip, you know, if where they're hanging, they fall down and then they end up underneath on that shelf. So I kind of went through that. It has no craft items for a long time. Oh man, I do like a little Dollar Tree tour in our area. There's about, well, there's one here close by our post office, but then I go into another town and there's probably about 5 that I hit along the way and then make my way back home. So anyway, that is what we will be doing on a craft coming up soon. This is what we did tonight. Super fun. I really enjoyed this one. I hope you guys did too. I'll do a picture of it and post it. The eggs painted is a great idea because it takes that shine away. So that's really cute. And that's it, guys. That's all we've got for tonight. So you guys all have a wonderful evening. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I know I missed a lot of questions, but I know y'all are really good about helping each other out with the questions, and I appreciate that. I knew there was going to be a lot of steps to this tonight, so I just kind of wanted to dive in and get going so we weren't on here till midnight. Because I need to hop off and go finish the shipping so I can get everything out to the post office tomorrow. Where did you get the lightweight chicken wire? Ah, this came from Hobby Lobby. It looks like this. It came in a roll. And some of the ladies were saying they still have it. This was from fall time, but they still have it. And actually, they were also saying they've seen it at Walmart. So that's great to know. I do need to go to a Walmart soon just to check out what I've been missing. See if there's anything I can't live without. But anyway, this came from Hobby Lobby, and y'all are saying that it's still there, so that's good. You were on the site today and saw one that said hope is an, oh, that's my jam, Clarice. I love that. I'm gonna have to go check that out. Lenora, you have a blessed night too, my friend. Get some rest, praying for you, and feel better tomorrow. Good night, Linda. So you guys have a wonderful evening. What do we need for Thursday? Oh, Jody, I am going to get ready to do a post for that. So just maybe a word cutout. I'm going to use the hello cutout. So yeah, I'll do a post for that in our wood group so you guys can see that. There you go, my friend Barb. Yep, with your wire ribbon. Make you a chicken sign. You have a good night too, Tammy. Eugenia, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Thank you, Diana. Janelle, good night. Thank you, Mary. So you guys all have a wonderful evening. You got the wire at Walmart, Gail. Okay, cool. That's good to know. Good, good. Good night, Kelly. Have a good evening. The chicken wire is in the floral department by the ribbon at Hobby Lobby. Okay, that's a very good tip. In the floral department by the ribbon. Yeah, they've got ribbon all over that store. They've got the ribbon there. They've got ribbon in the craft, in the fabric section, and then they have seasonal ribbon in their seasonal section. So, okay, you guys. Well, you all have a wonderful evening. Loved making this. Super fun. I really have fun doing the reverse canvas, and this was a nice surprise the way the frame looks. So you guys have a great night, and let's see, tomorrow's Wednesday, so I will see you guys tomorrow. All right, so enjoy your evening, and I will see you soon. Take care, guys. Bye.